It is Sunday morning, guys. Hello, Sunday. I see you. I need my chapstick. What a great song that is. That's from the Brothers Johnson. I heard that last night and I was loving it. Absolutely loving it. Who do we got here this morning? Got a couple of 3 people coming in. All right, settle in. Let me get my chapstick and let's do what we got to do here. 3 minutes until showtime, guys. Settle in. Settle in a little bit. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. All right.
Same old stool, same old chrome and shatter. Coat on the hook like it doesn't even matter. Door swings wide and the night just steps aside when that first cup smiles at me. Morning brew at Tommy Stigs, where the troubles come in small and the dreams pour out in big. Sugar on the counter, laughs floating over the rugged. Life feels large and lovely from a little porcelain mug. Frank on the box, humming low in the corner. Steam writes my name on the glass by the order. Jokes with the boss about yesterday's close call. He says, kid, you made it, you're here, that's all. Morning brew at Tommy Stigs, where the worries shrink to crumbs on the plate beside the figs. Stories in the sunlight, stirring slow with every shrug, yeah. Life feels large and lovely from a little porcelain mug. Out on the avenue, they chase their noon. I got time on a spoon and a second cup too. Oh yeah, if the world goes fast, let it pass, let it spin. I'll be right here where my day begins. Morning brew at Tommy Stigs, where the city takes a breath and the heart learns gentle gigs, quiet conversation, and a wink, a nod, a shrug. Yeah, life feels large and lovely from a little porcelain mug. Just me and my view, and that first sip, cool and new.
Another beautiful
day coming up.
Hello, Johnny Mac.
From a little
Good to see you, pal.
porcelain cup.
I love coffee. You know what makes this show just easy to do? Because I would be doing this anyway, Johnny Mac. I would just be having a little coffee anyway. It doesn't even make a difference. It goes along with my daily thing. Instead of scrolling through bullshit on the internets or whatever, we don't have a newspaper anymore. I just come on here, have a little chat, come up with a topic, and that's what we do. So today we're talking Louie Bagels Daidone. Where is it? Where's that background piece that I had? Right there. Good. All right. Hello, Don McHugh. Good to see you. Pete Rizzolo, good morning. Good morning. We got the whole fan family coming in. Good morning, guys. Let me get on camera here. Put my other glasses on. Get my first sip of coffee in with you guys. This is actually my second cup, not my third. Well, let me fix that. There, that was moving. Ooh, so nice, that coffee, Sven Larson. What a nice taste. Adam Kovarsi, I hope you're having coffee this morning, but wow. What a nice hit. Ooh, coffee's good. See, we can't go too dark, and we can lighten it up, play around with it. This is the situation on Sunday, okay? Take it easy. I go out Saturday nights, it's a little crazy. And Sunday is Sunday. All right? How's Don McHugh doing out there? Johnny Mac, what do you do? Live once a week, every Friday? Is that correct? On Fridays? Hello, Giacomo. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Giacomo. What do you do? Live every Friday, Johnny? That's what I think I saw. I could be wrong. We got Louie Bagels Daidone. We got a couple of other things to talk about. Ooh, Giacomo, you having espresso or regular coffee? What do you got? You having coffee or no? Pete Rizzolo, you having coffee? Don McHugh, you're in bed. Sven Larson, what time is it by you? Johnny Mac, do you have coffee? Do you guys have coffee in the morning? Where is this underboss? Underboss, you didn't work last night, sweet tea? You're good today? Today's a regular day for you? Adam's out and about doing what Adam does. Detroit Sidgey's coming in. Hello, Sidgey. Good to see you. Stony motherfucking Tony's here. Bambi's up there. Bambi, did you get the stuff? Did you put that stuff on the bar, you? Did you set us up? Mushroom coffee. Is that a mushroom? All right. Pete, good morning, sir, from Sven Larson. Sven's been around a long time, man. A long time. Yeah. Brown coffee, 3 cups every morning. Beautiful. Very nice. Bambi set up the bar. Worked last night, going back in tonight, working while I can. School starts back in 1 week. Oh, we start that early, huh? School starts in 1 week. All right. Instant coffee here. 1:04 p.m. All right. No coffee yet. Still waking up. All right. Wow. How honored am I that you're waking up with me? It's a pretty nice honor. Yeah. Sweet tea. So you got to take a nap now. That's what you have to do. It's going to be in the 90s again today, maybe tipping to 100. It's unbelievable with this weather. I got to tell you, I couldn't do Florida. I can't do summer all year. Oh, hello, Sessa. All right, good. You miss going back after Labor Day. They changed it. Yeah. What's up, Giacomo from Bambi? Mm-hmm. Delilah, hope you're okay this morning. CG2, I don't see you this morning. I hope that you are okay. You never know what goes on in a person's life, right? See them in your life one day, and then you don't see them in your life. It happens all the time. Sound is good. Picture is decent. It is what it is. We're not changing this picture. This is what it is. This is what you'll get. Uh-huh. Wow, got a little bit of a delay over here. Hold on a minute. Why is that? Oh, yeah, now we're live. Oh, wow. We're all really backed up in the chat there, you. Let me fix this here. Hold on. Got to make sure my phone charges. I got to go to the butcher, get the meats right after this. I got to go get the meatball mixture. I got to go get, hello, Zelda. I got the brajol today. Can't get the agorga no more. There's no more agorga. You can't get that anymore. That is the pigskin brajol. You can't get it anymore. We can't get past 80 degrees here. Wow. Tommy, the humidity here, it's very difficult. The humidity here is very bad. So I'm going to get the meatball mixture. I'm going to get the beef brajol, no pork. And I'm going to get the agorga. No, I'm not, because we can't get it. Maybe I'll go to this other butcher and possibly get it. Hello, Bambi. How's a question? What's your question, Bams? Before we get into the topic. Okay, let me see. Do any of you know the song by that chick from the 90s, Black Velvet? I'd have to look at it. I'd have to look it up. My question is that song about booze. Well, good morning, Zelda from Giacomo. I can't answer that right now. I have no idea. Black velvet and a little boy's smile. I don't know if that's the song you're talking about. Oh, okay. Yes, there's one, Pete. Well, Tony's open in Nutley. A&S Pork Store is open. Tony's open. But I'm in the suburbs today. Violante is not, which is who I go to. Hello, Sessa. I go to Violante, but he's not open today. You understand? Let me fix him just in case. There you go, Sessa. You got your blue suit on. Tony's open at A&S Pork Store in Nutley. Violante is closed on Sunday. And I got a place in Little Falls that I go to. Bono. Good butchers there. Alana Miles sang Black Velvet. There you go. Black Velvet's whiskey? All right. Now you got me bugging out. Now I'm going to have to remember. Huh. So you're hearing these songs. How are you hearing these old songs, Bambi? What are you dipping into our vaults? You coming into our time machine right now? What are you doing? Bambi, what are you coming into our time machine? So if anybody has something they want to say to Giacomo, you got to say it now because you'll never get it on his show. He doesn't read his chat, so you won't get an answer on his chat. Over here, if you got something for Giacomo, I recommend you kind of get your question or your comment out to Giacomo while he's watching and reading. Hopefully Rosie's having a little cup of coffee as well. Don't know if you're outside on the balcony or in the kitchen. I don't know where you are, Giacomo, or you're watching me on the television. Not sure where you're at. Yeah, I don't look up. No idea what the ad was. Oh, okay. Yes. Get this. The 80s music will be 50 years old in 4 years. Don, I already resolved to the fact what's going on. By the time Barron Trump is president, I will be probably dead maybe 30 years. Hello, Sarcelli. By the time Barron Trump becomes president, how old will you guys be? You'll all be with me in the afterlife. Polak. Is Polak here? There's Polak. Good morning, sir. When Barron Trump is president, will any of us be alive? Absolutely. Bambi might be. I don't know how old Sessa is. You'll be 51 in 4 years. In 4 years, I will be retired. That's hysterical. That's hysterical. Yeah, I'm pretty much predicting that right now. I'm predicting Barron Trump running for president. I feel it. I'll be looking up from above. I'm in my working room. All right, good. So, Chelly, good morning from Pete Rizzolo. I got a feeling that Barron's going to run when he's old enough. I'm not breaking, but I have another 30 years left. Yes, of course you do. But he won't be president in 30 years. Well, we're not going to, Bambi, you might be here for it. We are not going to be. Disrespect or not. You could disrespect Trump. I don't give a fuck. I don't care who likes who. That makes, I don't argue politics. You can't tell me what ideology is idiotic. I don't, you have an opinion. Politics is totally an opinion. I think so, Don McHugh. The babies that are born now will see it. Oh, we won't see it. I want some young guy grew up poor in office. I like that, Bambi. It'll never happen, but I like the idea. No regular type guy is going to make that presidency. It'll never happen. Minimum Barron could be president in about 15 years, Sweet Tea says. Oh, I think he's running. Got a feeling the way he's carrying himself. He's watching his dad. He's guided by that. His mom is a disciplinarian, no doubt. She's tough. So he's got a good starting base over there. Now, is he going to be as ruthless as his father? Wow. Now that's going to be different. I don't think there will be any more presidents run on committee. I don't know, Patty. Tommy, I love you said when he becomes president and not, no, I just feel it. What I'm going to tell you, Adam, is what I feel. 15 years, we will still be here to see that. Politics is cancer, yes. We only have one grocery left here. They're trying to make our out there mall better. New stores, new library, new school, new health department with doctors, nurses, etc. Very nice. Let me ask you a question. Sven, do you have socialized medicine where you are? What kind of medical system do you have there where you're at? Socialized? Like they tell you if you can have cancer treatment or not? Because with socialized medicine, it's very, very, very difficult to get treatment unless you got cash. Yeah. Yes, Bambi. Oh, we're coming up on that. Another month, 25 years. You're making your gravy. That's what really matters. That is the truth. I gotta go get the meat for the gravy today. Get a little nice brajol. But we can't get the agua to go over here, Patty Daly. I'm not sure if you can get it down there. That's true, Bambi. We don't want nothing else. That's right. This is all history stuff, though. It all gets marked in. It all gets marked into history. Check. Disasters, terrorists, all of this. All right, we're going to talk Louie Bagels Daidone. Does anybody know if I hit the algorithm today with Louie Daidone? Louie Bagels Daidone? Can anybody check if I hit the algorithm, please? Just go to YouTube and Google. Just search in YouTube, not my name. Search Louis Daidone if you don't mind. Can anybody please do this for me before we get into this topic? Am I in the algorithm? I would like to know if we made it on this topic. They're hard to get, the pigskin. The butchers don't carry them anymore. Well, most butchers don't carry them anymore. Trying to keep... Yeah, I hear you on that, Patty. They're trying, yes. I am in it. I'm in the thing. I made it in there. I made it in there with this topic. Not with very little searching. Number one? What? What? They put me up that high? Mm-hmm. Your friend's married to his daughter? Well, God bless. God bless. You missed my joke. Why don't seagulls fly over the bay? Because then they would be bagels. You know what, you need a nap. You know what, with this one here? This is a great one, though. Very nice. We're in the algorithm for Louie Bagels Daidone. Now, let's see if we get any surprises today. Who knows if we do? If we don't, we don't know. All right, let's get into the Louie Bagels Daidone conversation over here. I love the music, Tommy. Music is great. Oh, you might be backed up. Sessa might be backed up. Let him know that he might still be in the beginning of the show, and that's okay. Zelda, sweet tea. All right, we got our little 25 piece this morning. I got to get this topic going. See, that looks crooked, but it's really not. It is the camera. That's how these wide cameras work. That looks crooked, the Sinatra picture. Tell Sessa he's not, if he's still hearing music, he's not with us live yet. He could fast forward. That's all junk. Oh, you told him? Good. All right, let's get a 25 piece and get this topic going. We didn't even curse once today. How do you like that? Did we say a curse other than Stony Tony with him, with his demonic mindset? I get blood thinner, cholesterol pills. I pay myself, but my medicine is subsidized. Okay. Pork skin. Okay, it's too much labor, and they're using it for. Yeah, that's the butcher said. I got to buy the whole thing if I buy it. We don't talk about anything. If you don't like it, take a walk. You think I like hearing about ghosts and fucking paranormals? Let it come anyway. I'm not interested in ghosts, but I come to your show. I don't complain. We're 60 years old talking about ghosts. Do I complain about that? I don't complain about that. So why do you come here and complain about what I do? Take a walk. Go somewhere else. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. All right, what do we got here? Louie Bagels Daidone. Good morning, Anthony. From Adam Crevorsier. Sessa is on the water. His signal sucks. Yes, yes, yes. ALV, good morning, sir. Very nice. He asked me to pass that on to you. All right. ALV, go play with your world's smallest zucchini. You know what I'm saying, Don? Come on. What are we doing over here? Playing with zucchinis and talking about ghosts. I'm complaining about, well, I dip into the mob. But you have tunnel vision. You have selective eyesight. Why don't you go look at all my thumbnails and you'll see how much mob stuff is really there. Go ahead. Go look. You look for something to pick at. That's why you're finding this. Because you have tunnel vision with many things. This is one of them. Sundays we definitely do. Don, go scratch. Sundays we definitely do Cosa Nostra conversation. We're going to keep that going. I had a news story I had to do. I wanted to do Wednesday night about the Bookie brothers. I had an interest in it. Yesterday, it just happened. Maria just happened to come up, and today is Louie Bagels. Every Sunday is a definite. You can bank on that. But whatever. We got all different things lined up. Let me see. Let me explain to you something over here. I could tell you right now because you're totally wrong. Let's see what we got. Or maybe you are right. Let me see. Okay. August 1st, Fifth Dimension. Cosa Nostra Conversation Sunday. Ralph Scopo. Frank Severo, not a mob guy. Karen Hill, not a mob girl, a mob wife. Vincent Pastore, not the mob. Kathy Moriarty, not the mob. Armand Asante, not the mob. Maria yesterday, mob. Today, mob. Tomorrow, Steven Spielberg. Joan Rivers. Sally Struthers. Little Anthony and the Imperial. Steven Seagal. Next Sunday, Angelo Prisco. Boston. Katie Seagal. Kevin Pollack. Danny Glover. James Taylor. Elvin Bishop. Bobby Womack. That's not really mob. But you have that type of vision to find something to pick at. And that is quite all right. All right, who's here? Brian Cavoursier stopping in. Good morning, Chicky. I don't see Chicky. Chicky's right there. Good morning, sir. How are you? He does say Tommy. I do like that. What's up, Chick? What's going on? How's your new truck? Are you enjoying it? Enjoying your truck? Got a beautiful Chicky. Got a brand new truck. God bless him. Congratulations. Work, or whatever you do. Brian Adams in the house. Yes, you're both here. All right, let's get into the topic. Louie Bagels Daidone. Let's see what we got about this guy. Do I have a big interest in it? Absolutely not. No, I do not. But it's Sunday. We're going to continue to do the Costa Nostra conversations on Sunday. I do like doing that. Who knows what we get out of it? I don't know. Okay, good for you. Good. I'm happy you like it. As long as you're comfortable and it suits your needs and your purposes, that's what you do. Ay, ay, ay. All right, 37 seconds. Warm up that coffee. We're talking Louie Bagels Daidone. Alleged Lucchese crime family powerhouse. Next.
It's the Tommy Stigs Show in 3, 2, 1.
All right, let me start by saying this. Giacomo, Michael Franzese has no validity. He's an absolute garbage pail. He can interview the Pope or President Trump. He's a rat bastard, doesn't take accountability for his actions. He's a liar. He's a liar. Michael Franzese is a garbage pail. So you communicate with Michael Franzese. Is this what you're telling me? You suggested that to that rat bastard disgraziat animale. He's got no moral compass. I mean, what are you doing? He's a fucking fraud. A rich one. He's a racketeer. He's not a gangster. He's a racketeer. He's a racketeer. He's not a gangster. I'd rather a layman interview him, not his brother. Not his brother, because it's not really his brother. Fuck him. Fuck him and his sister's ass. That's what I tell you. Rat motherfucker. He won't even admit it. Go see Mob Facts. Go see our friends over at Mob Facts. Let them tell you about Michael Franzese, that dirty motherfucker, using the Lord's name for profit. Started out as a Lord channel. I don't think you like Mike. It's the comment of the day. Franzese should fear a civil RICO action at this point. Complete shyster. I think he's got all bases covered, ALV. The guy's a genius. Good morning, Jacopo from Brian. I think the guy's a genius, ALV. I think he's got all corners covered. My thing with him is he started out as a religious channel. And he did say religion first here, but we will dip into the mob stuff. Then once he saw the mob stuff is where the money was being made, he went with it. I'm not going to knock him for being a hustler. I got to knock him for not taking accountability. I got to knock him for that. I got to give him a Faji Nagal for that one. Hello there, Nino. He gets a little slap for that. Okay, listen. All right, let me say this right now. You. Yes, you. You're watching live right now. We don't know yet if you're watching this on the replay or if you're live. But the live crew, stick with me. Yeah. And what does this mean? What does this actually mean? Michael Franzese is bigger than all mob podcasts. Yes. And so what does that get him? Respect? He's a dirty motherfucker. What does that get him? Some type of validity? Some type of respect? Fuck him. Fuck him. It means that others don't have the talent that he has. I'm not going to knock the hustle, guys. I will not knock the hustle of Michael Franzese. I won't do it. But got to do a little admitting. How about you talk about the day you decided to cooperate? How about you do a story on what it felt like to raise your hand on the stands? How about you talk about all the people you implicated? I don't want to hear that there's no one went to jail bullshit. Well, Giacomo, that is a show I will not be watching. I have zero interest. He's a dirtbag because he's a rat bastard, and he won't admit that he's a rat bastard. As far as the hustle, again, I'm going to say, Patty Daly, I won't knock it. I won't knock it. I will not knock the hustle. There's fools out there that will follow him because they're fools. They're sycophants. Is that the word? They're simps. They're mob humps that follow him because they're fascinated with this trash pail way of life. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Let's get into it. Anyway, I will not knock anybody's hustle. Here we go. We're going to talk about Louie Bagels Daidone. Yes, you're right, Mr. Pollock. You're right. All right, let's go, guys. Let's get into this topic. I got a couple of other 3 things. We're going to talk Puerto Rico. We're going to talk about Puerto Rico. We got a situation out there in Puerto Rico. We got a Gotti story a little bit to talk about. We have a little bit of Louie Bagels Daidone, a little Machiavelli Minute, a little Catholicism, a little bit of everything on Casa Nostra Conversation Sunday. But you might be watching this on the replay if you're not with me in the live show. The Kawfee's kicking in. As you can see, I'm starting to talk a little bit faster. The extra strength Kawfee kicked in. It makes no difference how late at night I stay out on a Saturday. It makes no difference. I'm still up early. Getting my news, getting my messages, my stoicism little thing in the morning, my Machiavelli Minute in the morning. I do all of this. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. The life, the times of this man, you got to read it. Louie Bagels Daidone. Now, we're going to say this right here. Flowers, not for the demonic lifestyle one allegedly chooses to live. Flowers go out to a man who was a stand-up guy. You get a check mark when you are a stand-up guy. Okay? So Louie Bagels Daidone, I don't know what he's responsible for. We're going to go into the data and we're going to see. This crew decides on flowers. This is something that we started a ways back. If an individual gets flowers, I will give flowers. I will make that decision based on a man that has integrity and sticks true to the code that he pledged to abide by. Other than that, you don't get flowers. All right, here we go. Let's see what his story is. Here, let's see what Mr. Louie Bagels Daidone, New York mobster, who rose through the ranks of the Lucchese crime family, eventually serving as its acting boss before being sentenced to natural life in prison. Jesus Christ. Natural life. The timeline of his life and mafia career is detailed below. Early life entry to the mob. Born in Broad Channel, Queens in 1946 and raised in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. 1963, played quarterback for his high school in Brooklyn. He turned down a football scholarship to Indiana State University to stay in Brooklyn and engage in street-level crime. What a shame. What a waste of a life. Scholarships, money, free schooling, and he decided to be a nickel and dime bookmaker. I can't. What the fuck? New York mobster rose through the ranks, eventually serving as its boss and sentenced to life. The timeline, born 1946 in Queens. 1970s to the early 80s, he was an associate in the Canarsie crew under Capo Paul Vario. He earned his nickname Louie Bagels by running illegal operations out of a Howard Beach bagel shop called Bagels by the Bay. He mainly dealt in cigarette smuggling, tire hijacking, and loan sharking. These are honorable crimes, though. These are honorable crimes. I'm not going to throw stones at a bookmaker, loan shark, cigarette smuggling. That doesn't bother. Come on. That's nickel and dime cash, but it's great cash. August 1982, formally inducted as a main member into the Lucchese crime family during a ceremony. Oh, wow. Tony Ducks put him in. All right, Tony Ducks Corallo inducted him in 1982. Let's see what else we got here. March 25th, 1988, participated in the $1.2 million armed robbery of a rapid armored truck vehicle in Brooklyn. In 1989, on orders of boss Vicomuso, Daidone and two associates ambushed and shot Lucchese associate Tommy Red Gilmore. Shot him in the head 3 times over suspicions that Gilmore was a government informant. Yeah, well, then he deserved to get it, right? Orchestrated 1980, allegedly, Louie Bagels, or convicted of, orchestrated the murder of Lucchese soldier Bruno Facciola. After chasing down and tackling the fleeing Facciola, Daidone held him, while other hitmen shot and stabbed him. Daidone famously shoved a dead canary into Facciola's mouth as a warning to other potential rats. All right, so Louie Bagels did what he was supposed to do. That was his job to do it. His rise through the leadership in 1991, they put him up as capo with Little Al Diarco. Became the acting boss. May 1st, 1992, convicted for his role in the 1988 truck heist. He served a 5-year federal prison sentence. That ain't nothing for that one. Late 90s, following his release, he was promoted to consigliere by Vicomuso. September 2000, promoted to acting boss of the Lucchese crime family after previous acting boss Stevie Crea was arrested. But Stevie Crea at that time was only arrested on extortion charges. So he took over when Mr. Crea, and we send our prayers out to Mr. Crea, who's dealing with cancer, stage 4 in prison. But this was not his. This was not Mr. Crea's, the heavy conviction. This was just extortion. His downfall. So he rose up through the ranks of the mafia. He refused a college scholarship to play ball. He refused it to play ball. Oh my God. Okay, downfall and conviction. December 2002, arraigned on federal loan sharking and racketeering charges. March 2003, formally indicted for racketeering and murder. His downfall was accelerated by the testimonies of former acting bosses Alphonse Diarco and Little Joe DeFede. They both turned government witness. Wow, unbelievable. January 20th, he was found guilty of a Manhattan federal jury after just 2 hours. June 30th, 2004, sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. He is currently serving his life in Allenwood, Pennsylvania. Was it worth it, Louie? I mean, you're a stand-up guy and all of that. I get that, and I got to give you flowers for doing the right thing. But you got your whole family doing time with you. People don't understand. When you do time, your family does time as well. So really, man, you could have been something great. Something great, really. The high school gridiron star. Before choosing the life of organized crime, Louie Bagels, was a talented athlete. He served as the starting quarterback of his high school in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. He was actually talented enough to be offered a full scholarship to Indiana, though he chose to stay on the streets. The origin of the name Louie Bagels. Mobsters are famous for their nicknames, and they don't earn this because he was a legitimate businessman in the bakery industry. He owned a partial stake in a bakery called Bagels by the Bay, located on Cross Bay Boulevard in Howard Beach, Queens. He frequently used the bagel shop as a front and headquarters to run his crew and control his illegal operations. This is actually a sad story. Quite honestly, this is actually a sad story. Although he gets the credit for being a stand-up guy, he had the smarts to run his own business, a successful bagel business in Howard Beach, and earned full D1 scholarship. And you just, what? And you just dumped that down the drain? It's not like he was a dropout, robbing cars at 14. He could have had a good life, this guy. This ain't a good life. That ain't a good life. I don't care what anybody says. And anybody you know that it's not a good life. Again, he gets the credit for being a stand-up guy. He gets no credit for taking that direction that he did take. I got to tell you. I mean, right? Mustang. 4 years college, and he had business. He was business. He had a successful business. He didn't need this shit. He would have been nice. He would have been in his pool today, in New York City or wherever he chose to live. Zelda, people are afraid of success. He could have been a contender. That's right, Bill. He could have been a contender. Yes. Oh man. Well, but they're famous for their nicknames, and that's where he got it. He also got the Crossbay, Louie Crossbay. He got that one too. Okay. Using football skills on a mob hit during a 2004 federal trial, mob turncoat Frankie Joya Jr. testified about a hit Daidone orchestrated against a soldier named Bruno Facciola. When Facciola realized he was cornered in a Brooklyn garage, he tried to sprint away to save his life. Daidone reportedly tapped into his old high school quarterback skills to physically tackle the fleeing mobster, dragging him back inside the building where the hit team executed him. The infamous canary in the freezer. Daidone is most notoriously linked to the execution of that guy, Bruno Facciola, whom the Lucchese family incorrectly suspected of being an FBI informant to send a message to other potential stool pigeons. Daidone bought a live canary, killed it, and stored it in his freezer ahead of time. After the murder, Louie Bagels Daidone stuffed a dead bird into Facciola's mouth before leaving his body in a car trunk. This is a problem. This is actually another sad part of the story. This guy was falsely labeled. Was Bruno a rat? Does anybody know the story back there? Hey, any of you mob followers, was Bruno a rat? Come on. It's telling me he got killed with false information. They put a false tag on him. How do you put a... Come on. You think he's got to watch with that word? But he followed orders. What does he know? He didn't do anything wrong as far as that goes. No flowers for murdering people and falsely called... He didn't call him a rat, AOV. He followed orders of his superiors because he was told that he was a rat. So they laid on him and they got him. And that sucks. He's doing life for a murder that did not have to be committed. It did not have to be committed. It's just crazy. Just crazy. All right, we got all of that. The noise complaint favor. Court documents revealed a bizarre instance of Daidone using mafia muscle for petty neighbor disputes. Now, maybe he wasn't so bright. I don't know. A person of favor to an acquaintance. Daidone sent crime family emissaries to visit a Brooklyn landlord. The mobsters threatened to physically harm the landlord if he did not force a tenant in the building to turn down their music. What? Yellow Pages armed car heist. In 1988, Louie Bagels Daidone participated in a massive $1.2 million rapid armored car truck. Rapid Armored was the name of the company. So he got a $1.2 million score. According to an FBI informant, the crew did not use sophisticated surveillance to choose their target. Instead, they simply picked the company out of the phone book. The Yellow Pages copied a truck key and stole the vehicle while the drivers were inside a Brooklyn diner eating breakfast. The stolen money was never recovered. Well, that's good. They were very smart with that. Sad facts, the most prominent, sad, tragic, and grim facts regarding the life of criminal history for former Lucchese crime family acting boss Louie Bagels Daidone focuses heavily on a wasted youth, horrific acts of violence, and a permanent loss of freedom. The lost future, sacrificed a legitimate career. Born and raised in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, Louie Bagels Daidone was a talented high school quarterback. He was offered a scholarship, ultimately chose to still life. We said that already. The canary murder of an innocent man. Daidone participated in the brutal slaying of a Lucchese associate, Bruno Facciola, believing he was an informant, and it was wrong. He was not an informant. Oh, what a shame. Betrayal. Undone by his closest allies, despite rising to the rank of acting boss out of sheer loyalty and enforcement, Daidone was ultimately undone when high-ranking mob figures like Alphonse D'Arco and Little Joe flipped. Little Joe DeFede flipped. All right, dying behind bars. In 2004, Louie Bagels Daidone was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole, having being convicted of 3 life terms. The 80-year-old former mobster is currently serving out the remains. Oh, he's in Button. Oh, he's in Butner now. All right. Family Life, the notorious former acting voice of the there. We got that teenager as a teenager, talented. His daughter Laurie has a daughter named Laurie. In 2004, his personal life made media headlines when he planned a wedding at a luxury Long Island catering hall was suspended. Mob marriage connection. Louie Bagels was engaged to John McCallie. Laurie. His daughter was engaged to John McCallie, a known associate of rival Gambino crime family. Miss Sally was arrested on bank burglaries the night before the wedding, prompting Louie Bagels' daughter, Jesus, to write a desperate, unsuccessful letter to a federal judge pleading for his temporary release so that they could wed in a church rather than a prison. Blood relatives, crime runs through his family. Bop. Albert Daidone from Philly, house arrest when federal agents finally brought an end to his reign as acting boss. Daidone was arrested by the FBI directly at his primary home in Brooklyn. So pretty much a sad life. And his daughter was following, unfortunately. But what are you going to do? That's what it is. His daughter's fiance got arrested the night before the wedding. I just don't get it. When you have such talent. This is things I don't get. So that is our little spotlight of Louie Bagels Daidone. All right. Now let's change this up a little bit. What happened to my light? My light went out. Why did that happen? Huh, that's interesting. And why did that happen? Oh, we lost. Oh, okay. Good. That's good. Let me fix that. Hold on a minute, guys. Oh, wow. That's interesting. That is interesting. That's great because I have a plug that got hot and it put the it locked out the light. That's actually a good thing. All right. So let's see. Let me see if I can lower this a little bit. It's a little too high. I'll make it a little. It's too bright. We'll bring it down a little bit. All right. There we go. Well, that's where we're at with Louie Bagels Daidone. We're going to get into a couple of other things. Yeah, it is good, actually. So the plug on my light, the plug pulls a lot of, the light pulls a lot of power. Hello, Dr. Mark. Great stuff yesterday. The light that I was using pulls a lot of power. It's a podcast light. I only use it basically when I'm here, but so the white thing, what is that? The where you plug it in, that thing new to shut off. Excellent. Good stuff. All right, we're going to do the Catholic Minute. We're going to do the Machiavelli Minute. I got a couple of other things to talk about that I want to get into. Let's fix this background here because we're done with Louie Bagels Daidone. He's done with. Did I enjoy doing that spotlight? It's more disappointing at times, some of these mob spotlights, I got to tell you. Especially a story like that, when you really could have done well. Hello, Wyatt. Right? Just my thoughts. Such a bad way to live. Because everybody suffers in your family. I don't know. Nothing like freedom. Last night I was with an 80-year-old woman. We made her night. We had a great time with this 80-year-old widow. Yesterday was her late husband's birthday. We had her out for a nice night of singing and dancing and drinking and eating and everything, and we made her day. What are you going to do? To me, this is the quality of life. Now, September 13th, Sunday, I believe it is, I will be at Chelsea Market. I may go live from Chelsea Market. Stay tuned. I got to talk to Karen about that and see what we're going to do there. I'm not sure yet. But we may do a little live show from Chelsea Market, show you all the entertainment and the opening of the mozzarella store, the oldest cheese shop in the country, in the world. I think you're right, Pete. Yeah, we made the ladies' night. Well, we were with Karen King last night. That's Cha-Cha's widow. Cha-Cha's widow. Rest in peace, Cha-Cha from Mulberry Street. We were with his wife last night. So we may be at the Chelsea Market when she opens up her cheese stand, her cheese store. Aliva? What's it called? Aliva? Wait, what's the name of it? It used to be on Mulberry and Grand, I think. Aliva, what Cha-Cha owned. Anyway, so I think they asked us to go. They asked me to go to the thing, so I think we're going to go. Could be good, nice people there. Tony Danza will be there. Danny DeVito will be there. Should be fun. These guys don't. I'm not a starstruck guy. That'd be cool to see Tony Danza in person. We'll see. Hello, hey teacher. So I don't know what other type celebrities they're going to have there, but I think we're going to go. She's doing it on her own without her late husband, Cha-Cha. Got to give Karen the credit because it's tough. It's tough. Hey teacher, good morning from Pete Rizzo. Okay, let's go Catholicism right now. Let's see what we have today. Let's see what we have today with the Catholic Minute right here. Let's get into it. We got to do Catholicism first, all right? That's what we're going to do. Here we go. Settle in. Get that cross ready. Get them rosary beads. Here we go.
Today he speaks of the blessed ones, faithful lives we've told for our heart. To mystis Catholic minute, reading so.
All right, let's get into it, guys. Okay. All right, let's get into this little Catholic minute right here. Listen, bow your heads for a quick minute. If I can get a quick prayer. Hey, teacher, you're coming into, week 2, week 3, and you'll get into a different groove right now, and that's what we're going to do. So let's send our prayers out to those that have departed on this wonderful Sunday morning. Every day, every week, every month, we're going to hear this thing. All we do is ask for the strength to cope. We don't ask for miracles that we don't want to be disappointed. We don't want to be disappointed. Every living thing has to take its last breath. So when you ask for a miracle, you don't want to be disappointed because you will be. And you don't want to get disappointed in God's power. But our faith gives us the power to cope, our power to get through things. You pray for peace and power and strength. That's what we pray for to get through these inevitable aspects of life. Now, they might be too real, but it is real. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women. Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen. August 9th is the feast of St. Teresa Benedicta of the Cross, born Edith Stein, a Jewish-born German philosopher, Carmelite nun, martyr, and co-patron saint of Europe. Life and death, early life, born to an observant Jewish family in Germany in 1891. She became an atheist. Look at this story. This individual became an atheist as a teenager. Lost all faith. Let's talk about this because we hear the word atheist thrown around quite a bit on this YouTube cesspool. Conversion. She became a brilliant philosopher and converted to Catholicism in 1922 after reading the autobiography of Santa Teresa of Avila. Religious life. She became a discalced Carmelite nun taking the name Teresa Benedicta of the Cross. Martyrdom, arrested by the Nazi regime due to her Jewish heritage and a public protest by Dutch bishops. She died in the gas chambers at those concentration camps in 1942. What a story this is. Whoa. What a feast day you got today. Honors Pope John Paul II. God bless Pope John Paul II. Some might feel that he was the best ever. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not one to judge a pope. I can't say. Pope John Paul II canonized her in 1998 and named her the patron saint of Europe. What a beautiful story. Other commemorations. Saint Romanus, the Roman martyrology also commemorates Saint Romanus, a Roman soldier martyred alongside Saint Lawrence. We got a great Catholic minute today. I'm not going to review it. I'm not going to go over it again. You can look into it yourself. I thought it was incredible. Just my thought. Pretty cool story, I would say so, yes. Really a cool story. An atheist, converted, and was martyred in the gas chamber by the Nazis. Wow. All I could say is pretty much wow. Oh my goodness. You never know what we're going to come through here. Let's check out the Machiavelli minute. Let's see what my teachings were this morning. I forgot already, but we're going to go over it.
Tommy Stigs explores the sinister mind of Niccolo Machiavelli. I step inside where the cold truth cuts so carefully. Tommy Stigs explores the sinister mind of Niccolo Machiavelli.
All right. Niccolo Machiavelli strongly advised. This was my message this morning, Polak. Check this one out. This goes back to self-control, I think. This Prince by Machiavelli teaching this morning goes a little bit back to self-control. Niccolo Machiavelli strongly advised against giving public warnings or empty threats to an adversary. In his view, revealing your plans, anger, or intentions in public only strips away your element of surprise, arms your rival with defensive preparation, and exposes your own emotional vulnerabilities. Why warnings fail? Loss of leverage. Announcing that you will do this, that, and the other thing gives the enemy time to build a defense. Sign of weakness. Public threats show frustration and a lack of inner self-control, alerting the opposition. Surprise is the core of effective action. A warning trades certainty for noise. Beautiful. The rules of silence. Act without announcing. Move in silence so the blow lands before the enemy realizes the conflict even exists. Oh, yes. Okay, let me say that one again. The rule of silence. Act without announcing. Move in silence so the blow lands before the enemy even realizes there is a conflict. Oh, I love it. Niccolo Machiavelli is very bright today. We got some good messages this morning. It's about time. Because sometimes he can be demonic. Conceal intent. Keep your true goals hidden behind a calm and unreadable public face. Wow. He's on point today. Strike decisively. If an injury or a strike against an adversary is necessary, execute. Execute it so thoroughly that you never have to fear the vengeance later. I got to tell you, the messages today are on point for this show, or whatever you call this disaster of a YouTube channel. Our spotlight, Cosa Nostra Conversations, was point on, and most individuals will agree that this man made a horrible decision in his life when he had the opportunity of a lifetime handed to him. He was obviously intelligent. He was a quarterback. Do you know how intelligent you got to be a quarterback? You can't just hike and throw. Quarterbacks have strategy. They have to think. They're quick. Quarterback, come on. He's the most intelligent guy on the team. So we have an individual that passed down a lifetime of success in the sport, as well as his incredibly successful business techniques with a bagel shop and probably other things. So Louie Bagels threw his life away. The Catholic Minute is just absolutely incredible. And Machiavelli's on point today. We got 3 check marks this morning, in my humble opinion of the data provided by the show producers. Good stuff. Okay, now where are we going? We're going to go to Puerto Rico today. Our friends in Puerto Rico, we got a little bit of a problem out there in Puerto Rico. He may have been intelligent, but not wise. Right, exactly. Horrible decisions. Let's go out to Puerto Rico. We got a problem out there. Where's my data? I do have a little bit of data about this. We got a problem. My friend Mary's supposed to go back to live in 2 weeks. I don't know what she's going to do. Mary, if you're watching, I don't know if you're going back to Puerto Rico. She comes to New Jersey for the summer, and then she goes back down to Puerto Rico in the winter, and she lives in Puerto Rico. She's got a house here and a house in PR that she does. But there's a problem with the water over there. Okay. Puerto Rico is facing a severe water crisis driven by intense drought and critically low reservoirs like Carrizo, prompting a 48-hour rotating water rationing for over 180,000 households across 7 municipalities. Decades of infrastructure neglect have worsened the crisis, with roughly 65%. What? Wait a minute. What? 65% of the produced water is lost to leaks? What? You can't have a water leak over here. Wait. The producing water are getting water from natural rain, and 65% of it is being lost? Hold on. Let's get into what's going on here. Current conditions. That always baffles me how islands in the middle of oceans have droughts. I don't know. Interesting. Current conditions coverage nearly 68% of the island is under a drought. Drought conditions according to U.S. Drought Monitor classified largely as moderate to severe. Rain deficits. Parts of the south and south. Wow. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. They're not receiving any rain over there. Pete, send the plumbers. Do I have an infrastructure issue? You need a major overhaul? I guess, Mark. Plumbers will do well in Puerto Rico. Hold on. All right, let's see what we got here. We got a drought. Impacts and response. Rationing is happening. Communities in San Juan, Carolina, and surrounding areas experience alternate 48 hours. Okay, agriculture. Farmers face crop stress, premature coffee bean ripening, and forage shortages for livestock. Oh man, they got a serious problem. Relief efforts. Authorities deployed water trucks to critical facilities and neighborhoods while residents and elderly individuals struggle to haul heavy containers. The outlook forecasters predict dry conditions and above normal heat will persist through the fall as a strengthening El Nino suppresses late summer tropical rainfall. Puerto Rico loses roughly 60 to 65% of its produced water, primarily due to old, decaying pipes, major pipeline ruptures, and a long-term lack of system maintenance. The aging infrastructure, combined with severe seasonal droughts and low rainfall, heavily drains the island's water supply. Why is this happening? Well, they got to fix this. The key causes: underground pipes, broken super pipelines, large-scale pipeline ruptures near major plants, hundreds of thousands of lack of upkeep. Irresponsibility is the... Okay, listen. The drought is bad. We got this. The drought is bad. The drought is bad. I get it. Lack of upkeep. Experts note that the local water authority focuses heavily on producing more water than fixing and updating the underground delivery network. Huh. Okay, the treated water, 65% loss. How is that okay? How is that okay? Aging infrastructure, the power grid, frequently power outages tied to... What are they doing? Fix this shit. Well, this all seems like repairable stuff. Hold on. This all seems like... So what's happening? They're going to go... It's a problem. Can somebody fix this? PRASA faces deep fiscal shortfalls, limiting comprehensive overhauls, power grid instability, frequent power outages tied to that. We know about their power grid. Lack of it's a responsibility. It's all about irresponsible. This was brought to the attention when they had the hurricane hit them. Maria, remember, everything went down and they made a comment on the infrastructure. Oh. Maybe we need to help Puerto Rico instead of building a ballroom. Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, so they are obviously going to be looking for help from us. So 65% of the water is lost. You will always have a drought under those circumstances. 65%. That is correct, AOV. That's what the data says. How are you letting water just flow, treated water flow down the drain? How? Why? It's flowing down the drain. No data centers. I guess not, Pete Rizzo. They can't put a data center in there. So is this like a third world country type of living over there? What are we doing over there? But it's part of the U.S. But then again, should we hand it out? Is there an effort on their part? Are they doing their proper budgetary things? Are they doing the proper things that they're supposed to do? Why isn't that's the United States? Why isn't Trump helping them out? Maybe they should become a state, ALV says. Well, you have varying thoughts on that, ALV. Varying opinions on whether they should become a state. Yeah. They never want to do that. I don't know the history. I could ask Danny Saratoga. He's there. His father's there. Well, now he's in Saratoga, obviously. Well, anyway, be that as it may, it's a public emergency, apparently. And we don't want anybody harmed by this. So we want to pray for our friends out there in Puerto Rico. Hopefully it works out well. It just kind of confuses me a little bit. How you can be allowed to dump 65% of So, this is really stupid. Think about this. You're producing from the power grid water, from natural resources. You're processing water through a power grid that's a disaster to begin with. Now you're taking power from that power grid to make water for your residents, and you're dumping 65% of that. You know what? Something needs to be done with management there. What do they got there? They got a president. They got what do they have over there? A governor? What do they got in Puerto Rico? A governor? Somebody needs to step the fuck up. This ain't right. Management is failing over here. The upper management is failing in Puerto Rico, and the residents are suffering because of this mismanagement. How you taking from a grid that can't even keep up with the demands of the regular people, and then you produce water, and 65% of that water goes down the drain for leaks, replacing a fucking pipe. Okay, you can't replace the pipe? Put in a new pipe right next to it. Fuck it. Get that shit under the ground, dig, and put new pipe in right next to it. Tap into the main, get to the homes. This is not okay. I don't know if they have United States laws, Pete Rizzolo. I really have no idea how it's governed. Stigs, they are part of the United States when it only works for them. I don't know. I don't pay attention. I don't know. All right, let's go to another topic. Carmine Agnello. This is the grandson of John Gotti. This is Victoria's son. We don't want to see any family go through anything like this ever. Crime, no crime, this, that, the other thing. This is what's happening with Carmine Agnello Gotti. This is the story right there. He is scheduled to report to prison tomorrow, precisely and on time at 2 p.m. Federal. He will surrender tomorrow at 2 p.m. unless he undergoes an emergency kidney transplant surgery for his mother before that deadline. United States District Judge issued a strict ultimatum altering his self-surrender timeline for a 15-month COVID-19 relief fraud sentence. I guess he was into some of this fraud. If the transplant occurs before August 10th, he will be granted a final reprieve and must self-surrender to the Federal Bureau of Prisons by September 18th, 2026. If the transplant does not happen before August 10th, he must report to prison immediately at 2 p.m. on Monday, August 10th in the year 2026. Basically, that is tomorrow at 2 p.m. Carmine Agnello will be imprisoned because evidently the surgery is not happening today. Background and delays. Carmine Agnello, the grandson of late Gambino crime boss John Gotti and former star of Growing Up Gotti, pled guilty to wire fraud for stealing $1.1 million in pandemic business loans. He was originally scheduled, we said this, the sentence part. Oh, he was originally scheduled for June 20th, but requested leniency so he could give his mother a kidney. They granted that. Now it's delayed again. The judge is going to probably not have it. You got to report. A planned August 3rd surgery was called off by his defense attorney because Vicky Gotti developed a serious bacterial infection, forcing the judge to issue the final kidney or prison deadline. Wow. All right, so looks like Carmine Agnello is reporting to prison tomorrow. Yeah. Wow. Come on, man. Stay out of that crime mess. There's no need for it. There's no need for this. Your family does time with you. Your mom is not well. Young man, straighten out. You're young enough to have the opportunity to turn this thing around, if you so choose to. He had brilliance. I didn't know this. Half of Puerto Rico was on public assistance from us. This is what happens when they glorify mob crap. I hear you, man. But I hate to see the young man have to go into prison. Even if it's it's still fucking prison. Oh, time is not hard. It's still prison. You're still away from your family. Nino was saying half of Puerto Rico was on. Well, how does that work? How does that work? Half of the population is on the nipple? So are they a retail state? Are they a production state? This is where you get all of this. Everything is hell. Not being home in your own bed sucks. I get it, Bambi. I'll never use it as an excuse. I'm sorry. I would never use the environment as an excuse. No. I can't. You don't understand. The medical care is fucking horrible. You're locked up with other men. You're not going to have the scent of a woman for the whole time that you're in there. Do you understand? You can't take your girl out for a drink. You can't go for a soda pop. You can't go for ice cream. You can't hang in your pool. You can't go to the beach. You can't just sit and watch Netflix. It's gone. Just think about this. No scent of a woman. This young man, maybe he does this little year and straightens out his life. We hope so. I don't think his brothers are in trouble. Sometimes it's just DNA. Yeah, I guess you take that trait. I get it. I understand. But it's our job to repeat history, to rewrite history, not repeat it. That's our job as dads, as moms. We are to ensure that our children rewrite history, not repeat it. That's our job. If we had a little trouble coming up, it's our ultimate job. You don't want to have them say, well, what do you expect? Right? I know, Bambi. I understand. His dad, his grandpa, I get it. His uncles, his grandpa, I get it. I understand. I get it. Still. Yeah. Yeah. True. Bambi's making some good points. Carmine Bolt is a smart and good guy. He takes care of the whole family. Wow. I didn't know that. This is the life you chose. This is what he's done to his family. So it's from the top down. If you're a criminal and doing that stuff, your son may have done the same. It's true. All right, Pete, we'll talk to you later. Point Pleasant Beach, very nice. $40 to park. Good, beautiful. Park at Jenkinson's. It's probably $50 today. Hello, Bella. Great to see you today. We're about to log off, but I want to thank you for stopping in. Tomorrow we'll be live around 6:40 a.m. Monday. Talking tomorrow, Steven Spielberg. Yes. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. I got to get to the butcher shop, get the pool ready. Couple to 3 things. Hang out today. A low-key day with family. Oh, okay. Yeah. Stigs, I was speaking in general. I understand. Shush you. You'll see. Shush. Pete, did you leave yet? Pete, hold on. Yeah, I got a project I'm doing in the mornings now, so my show gets broken up a little bit. I'm done by 7:30 every day, AOV. Done. Pete, let me know if you didn't leave yet. I got Uncle Badass if you want to see it. Hey, let's get AOV angry this morning. Let's go with Uncle Badass, huh? Where is he? Oh, and then there's something else I want to show you before we get out of here. Okay, Pete. He left already. I was listening the whole time, taking notes about what, you?
Fucking morning, you badass motherfucker!
Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
Get up, get the fuck up. I'm not leaving your ear till your feet hit the floor. Pretend you don't hear me. We both know you fucking do. The soft you is begging for 5 more minutes of shit. And the beast in you is done listening to that whining. 1 move, 1 push, 1 stand, and the day is yours. Get the fuck up and go win. Wrote a 90.
Wow. He was a little angry this morning. Okay, let me show you one more clip here. This was fun. This was interesting. Let's see what this is all about here. Now, many of you know about this and many of you don't know about this, but this is what we did around here every weekend.
In New Jersey with a neon sign out front that gives you just 2 words of advice. Eat heavy. And people have been taking that advice for over 75 years. This is the TikTok Diner, a true North Jersey institution. Sitting right along Route 3, the TikTok has been serving up classic diner food 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, since 1948. Its gleaming silver exterior and glowing neon are a beacon to hungry travelers at any hour. This is the platonic ideal of a Jersey diner. The endless menu, the red vinyl booths, the 3 a.m. crowd, the Taylor ham, egg, and cheese, the disco fries, the bottomless coffee, and the eat heavy sign that basically sums up the entire philosophy of Jersey dining. It's so iconic that celebrities stop in all the time. When Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones grabbed a bite there before a show, he actually shouted out the TikTok from the stage. They named a sandwich after him. That's the power of a great Jersey diner. Open all night, every night. Telling you to eat heavy since 1948. What's the one diner you always end up at?
Well, We ended up at the Nevada Diner, Willie's Diner, depending if we came out of New York City, because it was right there. Good morning, Gianni. Because that one's right out of New York City. You come onto Route 3 and you get right to the TikTok. And celebrities do frequent the TikTok all the time. All the time. It's right out of the tunnel. Yeah. Huck Finn. Well, we know what happened over there. I don't remember the Eat Heavy either, ALV. They might have added that on the AI aspect. Yeah, they added Eat Heavy. Yeah. So we had the Continental Diner. No, Claremont. We had the Claremont Diner. We had about 10 diners within a couple of miles. Claremont Diner, TikTok Diner, Park West Diner, Park Diner in Nutley, Zigzag, what was it? Zigzag. No, the Willie's Diner. What was that thing? The one off the Parkway. 2 eggs in a skillet. It was called Shortstop. Shortstop, yes, I have. Couldn't think of it. $22 for a cheese omelet now. Angul, hey, teacher. What towns are these in? Okay. The diner with the cheesecake that John Gotti used to like was the Arlington Diner. The Arlington Diner coming over the bridge into Belleville. John Gotti used to like that cheesecake. I remember him saying that. Whenever he came over to Belleville, I guess they got cheesesteak from that diner and brought it. If he met at Subs and stuff, if you met Bobby at Subs and stuff, then I don't know. Or he went to PJ's Club. I don't know. He might have went to PJ's Corner. Probably. On Magnolia and Franklin Street. Yes. Yeah. No, it's $22. Yeah, 100%, Mark. Dr. Mark, it's expensive here. So Willie's Diners in Bloomfield, Park Diners in Nutley, Shortstop is in Bloomfield as well as Belleville. They had 2 locations. TikTok's Clifton. The Claremont was, I think, Clifton as well. Not all the time, only on Tuesdays. Came to Belleville quite a bit. You know, they had a strong Belleville crew, so he would come to PJ's or Subs and stuff that Kabert had a piece in, or even right outside the Friendly House, they would talk on the street. That little area of Belleville was, or even the Chandelier, or he would meet Kabert down the shore at the Surf Club, actually. John Gotti would go to the Surf Club and meet Bobby and Tommy. That's a fact. The Caboose, of course. Still there. The Caboose is still there. What should I have jukeboxes at the tables? Yes, I do remember the jukeboxes. Yes. What a shame. They are through the roof. It's bad here, yes. Good morning, Del Griffith. Good to see you. All right, think I'm getting out of here. I got to go to the butcher. I got to get my braciole. I got to get my meatball meat. I got to get all my stuff. That's what men do on Sundays in the Italian culture. That's what we do. We go get the bread. We go get what we need for the gravy and the sauce. That's what Italian American men do in North Jersey. Yeah, we're a little late today. It was late last night with Bobby. I was telling them, Johnny. I was with Cameron last night. Cha-Cha's widow. So they asked me to go to. Hello, James Simpson. Good to see you. They asked me to go to Chelsea Market on Sunday the 13th for the opening of their cheese store. Cha-Cha's widow is pulling it off all on her own. She's a wonderful girl, Karen. Yep. She's excellent. I'm done cooking my crock pot. You make gravy in the crock pot? Cha-Cha. Well, Cha-Cha owned Aliva. Aliva, look it up. The oldest cheese store in the world, in the country. Aliva, is that what it's called? I'll ask her today. I'll talk to her today. Yes. Well, Mulberry and, well, yes, that was the bar, but yes, ALV, yeah. So he owned, and I think it was, I don't know. Look at it. Check it out. Look it up. Cha Cha from Aliva cheese store. No, I'm not sure about anything. No, I can't do it. Patty Daly gravy in a crock pot, huh? Maybe that's the other Cha Cha. Because there was the bar. Yeah. Hey, Sammy. It's Lee Cole. Come out and play. Anyway, the Cha Cha that was in The Sopranos and all of that shit, he passed away, unfortunately. And his widow, Karen, is opening up his cheese store at Chelsea Market, moving over to Chelsea. So, from Mulberry Street and Grand. They were on Mulberry and Grand many years ago. Slow cooker. Oliva is 4 generations back. Those guys were pricks. Well, yeah. You could be right, 100%. Yeah. I don't remember that, Dr. Mark. No. I can't, Zelda. I mean, that's totally different for me. I like stirring it, dipping a piece of bread in it, walking by. My mother would hit me with the wooden spoon because I would dip the piece of bread in the gravy and the sauce. Yeah. No, his passion was in that business. COVID destroyed him. Yeah. You were sad when they closed. Well, COVID, the landlord wouldn't give them a break on the $25,000 a month rent during COVID. Now, did that landlord get government relief? Park West. Okay, yes, Park West is still there. Yes. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. It's Sunday. I got to get things going here. The 221st consecutive Coffee Talks is coming to an end. Continuously stirring. I love it, though, but I like it. Yeah, that's what happened, Nino. The landlord were not giving them the break. $25,000 a month rent there. So now they got a nice spot in Chelsea Market. I don't know who owned it, but they wouldn't give her a break after COVID. She said I was making $1 a day. Yeah, so they just put the hood in the other day. Yeah, very nice. So she's going to do a good thing. Yeah, for me, I got to stir it. I like that. All right, guys, let's get out of here. I don't have anything to go out with. Or do I? Let's see what this is here. Hey, you know what? Let's dance a little bit. Let's feel happy. Why not? Let's go out with this. Of course, 25,000 rent. How you gonna make it? Sweet Caroline's gonna take us out. Listen. If John Gotti Jr.'s, if Carmine Agnello Gotti's got to report to prison tomorrow, hey man, it sucks, but it seems that that's the case right now. Mr. Carmine Agnello will be reporting to prison tomorrow. We spotlighted Louie Bagels Daidone. Kind of a sad story because he probably could have had a successful life. We talked about the Puerto Rico water situation. We got a very sad situation in Puerto Rico. You guys are criticizing Puerto Rico for you said 50% of them are on our welfare or whatever. Whoever said that in the chat, I don't know. I don't remember who said that. A lot of criticisms going out to Puerto Rico. I'm just going to wish them well. This could become a humanitarian situation, and this can get ugly. This can get really ugly. Yeah. Montanero, happy Sunday. I just subscribed here. Well, Montanero, welcome to the social club. I'm getting ready to leave. Would you please let me know how you did find us? I'm always curious to know how we're getting new people every day. Every day, every show. Where'd you find us? Tell me why is she undertaking this type of business venture at her age? She's very healthy. Mark, she's a hustler. So God bless Cha Cha's wife. She has a lot of energy. She's determined. She's a great singer. She's got a great personality. Mark, maybe she could pull it off. She's younger than Cha Cha was, but Cha Cha wasn't healthy apparently. So, yeah. So Montanero, please drop a note and let us know how you found us. I would appreciate that. I always like to know where we came from, the algorithm. Bambi says we were on top of the algorithm today, so I'm not sure where we fall. I ruined it now with all of this. Am I close with her? No. No. But I can ask her today. Close with? I'm not close with anybody. Nino. Let me get this to you. Let me explain something to you. I am a one-man band. I beat to my own drum. I don't need any real friends. I'm good with my space over here in my real outside of YouTube world. I didn't come to YouTube to make friends or have a social life or any of that shit. But close with, associated with, sure. Was surfing. Figured I'd sub after hearing you this morning. Well, I do appreciate that. A lot of mishmash over here, Montanero. This is the ADHD network. I am the president of the ADHD network. So welcome. You came into the 221st consecutive show, 42026. We do it every day. Every day. Yeah. You're not offending me whatsoever. Not at all, Nino. That's my answer. I'm not friendly with her. We are associates. Just like that. All right, guys, listen, I got to get out of here. Yes, this is the ADHD network. Sarah Collins is going to take us out. I got to get rolling. It's going to be a beautiful day because I said it's going to be a beautiful day. Anybody that joined me, I do appreciate you on a Sunday morning for coffee. You know how hard that has to be to get people to come in? Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought it was you, Nino. I apologize. All right, yeah. See, that's the ADHD, Nino. Yeah. Yeah. You got to understand the ADHD ABCDEFH network. Yes, Nino, once you understand me, I get a little, oh my God, I can't. All right, listen, you crazy bastards. I got to go. We had some good conversations this morning. Tommy Stigs wishing you a blessed Sunday. Nino, be careful out there, okay? Be careful out there. Oh, Nino, hold on a minute. You got some parades going on out there today, cuz. Hold on. Where's Nino? You got some parades going on out there. The Dominican Day parade is today. I don't know what part of the city you're going to be in today, but yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't know where you're navigating. Are you going to be downtown today or? But you got, what is it, 5th they're closing for this parade? For the Dominican Day parade. God bless the Dominican people. This is their independence. Ah, smart. Now that is good. Very good. You got a lot going on in the core of the city today. A lot's happening. So good for you. You escaped for the weekend. Good move. Great move, you. All right. Any more feasts this month in your neck of the woods? I don't know. Not that I know of. I'm sure they're coming up now. Soon, right? I got to go. Tom, listen. Oh, this conversation came up last night. Oh boy, this conversation came up last night. Do I get little Stigs out there at the San Gennard with his pizza business, or do I not? Do I take this as an opportunity, or do I not? I think the answer is no, to be quite honest with you. It's a shit show out there. That feast is a fucking shit show. It's a disaster, Gianni. It's not what you think it is. It's a mess. It's an absolute disaster. Quote for end of the day. They honor me with their lips, but their hearts are boom, Dr. Mark. I don't know, Gianni. I don't think it's worth it, to be quite honest with you. It's a 10-day feast. I could get him over here, St. Lucie. Yes. Oh, yeah, Friday to get out, yeah. See you again on the next one. Have a good day. See you tomorrow morning, Montanero. Make sure you hit that notifications bell. It's always lovely to find new... Wait. What happened to Sarah Collins? remove, add. There we go. All right, I'm out, guys. Tommy Stigs wishing you a blessed Sunday. Ciao for now. I got to go.
Where it began, I can't begin to knowing, but then I know it's growing strong. Was in the spring, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Hands, touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe they never would, but now I look at the night and it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only two. And when I hurt, hurting runs off my shoulders. How can I hurt when holding you? Warm, touching warm, reaching out, touching me, touching you.